And welcome to yet another episode of Funny Talk with Mangelli and Max. We have a great guest with us tonight in Bobby Gaines. You've seen him before, you'll see him now. And I'm Tom Mangelli, and this is my illustrious co-host, Doug Max. Say hello, Doug.
I'm doing funny sounds already.
We can't hear you, Doug.
What?
Exactly. We can't hear you. That's perfect. We can't hear you at all. Well, this was Mangelli and Max.
Now you can hear me, right?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Yeah, okay. So I unplugged the thousands of dollars of high-tech equipment I was told I needed, and I never needed any of it.
Unbelievable.
And okay, you know what? Already I'm annoyed, but I'm really happy. Bobby Gaines is a special guest tonight.
Thank you.
Special.
I'm recording. God damn it. You didn't hear. It was my best material ever. And it didn't even. Bobby Gaines, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. Thanks, Doug. Thank Tom for me being here.
Thanks for coming on.
I have nothing better to do right now.
Evidently.
More static. Are you hearing more static, Tom?
Well, I'm hearing something. I don't know what it is.
I bet
Tom, no, it's not me. Tom, you sound great.
Why, thank you.
You really do.
Anyway,
It's
before we
Doug.
start the show, Doug, I'd like to bring up our sponsor,
Yes.
J. Irwin Productions. And if you want to put together a comedy show for a loved one, an office, a restaurant showcase, you want to contact Jack at jirwinproductions.com. He's the guy to contact. He knows all the comics. He's great to work with, and satisfaction guaranteed. Right, Doug?
That's absolutely right, Tom.
Tom, it sounds like you were putting out a hit on somebody. This is the guy you go to when you need whacking.
Actually, in COVID times, I've been telling people, if you want to hire a comedian to come and clean your kitchen, we can get them cheap. Comics would drive. Yeah, Bobby, how many years would you just be honored if somebody asked you, 2.5 hours and I don't get paid and I only get 5 minutes? Yeah,
That's right.
Yes.
Doug, 2 weeks ago I was in a tent. This is you don't have to say years ago. This is recent.
Bobby, come, listen. There's no heaters, but we got a tent. You'll freeze your butt off. But the people will be I bet it was an appreciative audience though, right?
What you say?
I bet it was an appreciative audience.
Well, I wouldn't say that. We're in a tent, Doug. No, but I had a really good show. Can I shout out Helene Angley? She did a really good show at Winery. If you guys have never done that show, you probably won't. But if you ever get a chance to do the Winery, it was amazing.
No, if you're going to do a shout out to Helene, I'm
Right.
going to shout out to her too, because my only memory of her, I was at an open mic at Rising Star when Mike Tomasello was alive.
Right.
And I was there, and there were a number of comics, but I came in and he goes, "Oh, would you like to host the open mic?" I'm like, "Oh, sure." And I did.
Was the open mic as long as your story?
Yeah, no, it's longer, Tom.
Let's hear it.
Brew some coffee. So Helene, I did a number of bits, and after the open mic, Helene motions me over, and she gives me her notes. She sits me down. I didn't know she was going to be there and doing notes or anything, but she gave me notes.
Wow.
All I remember, she wanted to hear more about the dog who I was about to give an orgasm to. She wanted a better dog setup. so that the orgasm part of the story. Anyway, I'll never forget her for that. And I've often thought,
Are you serious?
She's right. I need to set up the dog
Well,
so it becomes a tragic figure.
That poor dog.
Yours, buddy. It's all yours and Bobby's. Go.
So, Bobby, I have some questions for you.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to play a game called Random Questions. So, here's the first random question.
Shoot.
What was it like?
Wait 1 second.
Yeah.
Bro, yes.
You good? Hello?
So what you get? Then go to another store.
He's on the phone?
Bro, you did not go around to the corner store.
You need to be
All right, well then go right at the top of the hill. They got
even
it.
when you're recording.
He's telling somebody
At
where to
the
go.
hill. Yes. This is another mob hit. Well,
Listen, sometimes it's better if the show does not go on. You know?
I'm sorry. That was a family emergency.
Oh, okay. It sounded like you were telling somebody where to go.
I was.
Okay. So here's my question. You ready?
Okay, I am so ready now. Sorry.
Okay. What was it like touring with Sha Na Na?
It was a gas.
Was it?
Yes. Me and Bowser got along so well. and then that black guy, I never found out his name. What was the black guy's name?
I don't know.
Exactly. Keep going.
All right, another random question. How old were you when you realized you were gay?
Yesterday.
Oh, okay. You know why I can never be gay?
Once you accept that, it makes it so much easier to go out looking attractive. You spent the morning fixing up your basement, doing home improvement work. Why shouldn't you scrub your nails, don a nice fresh shirt, and impress everyone in the neighborhood?
That's right. I deserve it.
That's right.
You did home improvement. We can talk about that on the show.
No.
It's funny.
Then your last two audience members are gonna die. This is the point.
It's always the one.
Oh.
Yeah, Bobby, don't give us the benefit of the doubt. I hardly think we have two.
I know. I'm trying to keep the show together. It's like glue that doesn't work, but we're gonna.
Why would you want to do that? You want to save the horses or something? The glue that doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
That would be a great tagline. Funny Talk with Mangelli and Max. The glue that doesn't work.
Well, not much works on that show.
No, you guys are good. You know, we always joke about how bad you guys are, but you guys are one of the best shows to come on. I'm serious.
Oh, stop. We have a reputation.
Oh, to uphold, right. I got you. I'm sorry. It's terrible.
To lose.
So, were there any more questions, Tom?
No.
I have a whole list of them, but Doug discouraged me from doing
One more.
Why? I'll tell you why, Bobby. Do you want to know why?
I'm discovering things about myself tonight. One more.
All right, Bobby, what's the real reason you stopped dating Zsa Zsa Gabor?
Oh, the surgery. Jesus Christ.
Zsa, stop already. The lips are big enough.
And she was so hot, right? What, remember?
Uh-huh.
Oh, my God, what happened? Or she was a corpse. How about that? No, she's not dead, is she?
I don't know, but I loved when she slapped that cop, man.
Oh, yeah, she was drinking. That's why I stopped.
I remember her for, wait a minute, I might be mistaken, but wasn't she on Green Acres? Because there was another.
That's Ava Gabor.
I remember Ava Gabor. I was making pancakes like 2 days ago. I used to make them for my dad all the time. It was one of my breakfast rotations. So I was making pancakes, and I remembered Ava Gabor making hotcakes for Eddie Arnold. What was his name? Green Acres.
Eddie Albert.
Eddie Albert.
Now, what's ironic is Eddie Albert used to do commercials for Miracle Ear, and you're stone deaf.
What's that, Tom?
Exactly.
See, exactly. That was funny. So you got one in there, Tom. See that?
Uh-huh.
You got one in there.
And he's and the old Jewish guy is winding up. He's slowly accelerating the balloon. It's floating overhead.
So do we have a topic, guys, or what?
we were going. Oh, before I wanted, this is a segment we call "Give Comedy Advice to Comics That You Love Because You Love Them." Can I offer you a suggestion, Bobby? It might work for you too, Tom. And
This might be the most difficult part of the show because I don't like you guys. So how is this going to work out right now?
7 minutes in, if we don't have, the world loves controversy. So we can talk about the principle of all the people you hate because they've come up to you after a show and said, "Oh, I've got a great one for you. You got to tell this." Right? Ever happened to you guys?
Well, I don't hang around long enough for that to happen.
Bobby?
A lot of times I'll have the people from work, my tenants, come in to share a joke that I should use on stage.
Right.
Yeah.
Tom, we should do a segment. We should do a segment on jokes that are that people tell us to tell. And by the way, can I take a little
The problem is some of them are funny, but they're not original. They're somebody else's jokes.
Right.
So what are you going to do?
I had the closest thing I had to that is when a friend of mine I haven't seen in like years, and I told him I was a comic. He was like, "Yeah, you're a comic? Where do you get the jokes off? The internet?" And I was so offended when he said that.
Well, most people don't realize.
I have a great story about a show I went to where the feedback I got from the producer, Missy Allen, was
God,
rest in peace,
man, right?
Rest in peace, Missy. Of all the comics, she told me,
wow,
at the Methodist retirement home, she said they liked me the least.
And she was being kind.
and the comic they liked the best, whose name I will not mention because I like him. He quickly, when he found out that it had to be family friendly, he quickly Googled clean comedy, and his set was reading jokes off his phone to these people. And
Are you serious?
He was their favorite comic.
And how long ago was this?
6 years ago.
Wow.
5.
I had a guy that used to hire me as a comic, as well as other comics, for his nonprofit organization that he used to raise money for, and he had hired me like 5 or 6 times, and he liked me, but then he started telling me what I shouldn't say in my set. And he was feeding me lines from God knows what comic from like 50 years ago. And I'm like, you should do more jokes about being married. I'm not married. What do I know about being married?
Right.
I
don't think the can I call them the outside world? They don't understand the process.
No, not at all.
It's different for people, and people have different tastes in comedy. So. And thank God for all the different tastes in comedy, because if there weren't any, nobody would like my comedy. So I'm grateful for the 1% I might run into, in an audience in some backwoods, whatever.
Right, Doug. But I've seen you on fire. You've been there.
You didn't see me my chapstick night, Bobby. That was one of my greatest nights ever.
I missed that one. Tom, were you there for that one?
I was actually on the show, so
Are you serious?
Yes, I saw him in action with his chapstick bit.
Did it work?
Yeah, it worked that night. It was great.
Tom said, "Yeah, it worked that night, but and then, well, you know what? He's not using it anymore. So why don't you use that joke, Doug?"
When I got into this place of people that were totally strange to me and seemingly a little bit too white and straight, I noticed the biggest guy in the room, and I thought, I do not want to piss this guy off. He was like 6'5", 6'6", huge. And I at some point I got to him in the audience, and I said to him, I got to tell you, I was really frightened of you, and then you did something that made me warm up to you. You were in line waiting to get your food, and I said, "Do you know what you did, sir?" He's like, "You put on chapstick."
Wow.
This was a group of his organization. Everybody died.
But it's not just that he was putting on chapstick. He was doing it like a woman getting, on her way to work in the rearview mirror.
Right. Now, Doug, did you do the act out? What?
Like I said, I didn't make fun of him putting it on. He put it on. It's however he put it on. He put it on. That was
hilarious.
Anyway, he caught the audience right because he must have had friends in the audience that either would never make fun of the guy or always makes fun of the guy.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's great improv, and you need that.
Bobby, I did it at the end, and it pissed me off because I knew I had it in the beginning, and I forgot. I went into my set. I went into whatever.
Right.
Whatever. I felt, and I learned that's one thing I learned is to look at the audience and find things you can, tease them about.
Right. I want to do a hosting workshop because don't want to pat myself on the back, but hosting is an animal that every comic, if you don't do it, you should do it, and then learn how to do it right.
You tell the sucky comics that, let them figure it out for themselves. There's so many skills.
Well, I thought this was the portion of the show when we help comics helping comics and Comic Lives Matter. Didn't you just say that?
Comics aren't going to do anything for us. We talk with comics, but we entertain the non-comics.
But Bobby, you're right. Hosting is a whole different skill set.
Animal. That absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. And you know what? Sometimes that frees you from your jokes. So you got to let them go. Sometimes you just have to be. It's something about us that's innately funny, and that's what you have to tap into as a host.
Did you hear what he said about me, Tom?
But it's funny. A lot of times, people that are really great hosts, they're like mediocre comics.
Comics, right? And then it's like you got to find that balance of still being in the moment and still. That's why you always have to have 2 or 3 jokes in your head while you're telling the joke. Do you guys realize this?
Yes.
You should be 2 or 3 jokes inside of your head before you even telling that joke.
See, for me, that's easy because there's lots of space in my head.
See, there you go. Doug, he's cluttered. He's a hoarder. You can tell Doug has too much in his brain.
Yep.
I'm thinking 2 or 3 jokes ahead. I'm like, well, what word do I say next?
Exactly.
Because it's easy for me because I'm a storyteller and I'm comfortable in front of audiences, and I know I can get a complete sentence out of me and make sense even though it might not be funny at all.
Right. And that's what I'm proud of you about, because you go on the stage knowing absolutely you're going to be horrible at.
That's comedy courage.
That is, look, you can't buy that. You can't drink that. You can't smoke that. That is something innate.
You're one of few comedians anyway that I've got to see, and you've got to see me at a wonderful room produced by Pat Grion and her.
Oh man, I missed those. Oh, good. Please don't mention
Tavern in Montclair. Shout out to Dan, the bartender.
Oh yes. Where's my applause?
I miss that place. I really do.
Right.
I tell newer comics who are like, I want to get into this room and I want to, bring a show here and I want to get into this room. And I'm like, you know something? Find a room you're comfortable in where you can, do what you should be doing. So.
Yeah, but that's easier said than done, Doug. Because you have to earn your way. One thing I can say about, shout out to Pat and Christine, you really have to earn that privilege of Pat send you out that email, hey, I got a show coming up. Because I've seen a lot of people who've gone up there and did their little, even broader audience, and she's never invited them back. So we are a classy group of human beings when it comes to, and that place right there, if you will definitely get stronger.
Oh yeah, I love the room, but it's because I love her, and
right.
Love, and it's the only room, and I've had my friends who've come to that show say, it's the only room where you see the camaraderie among the comics. They meet beforehand, they do the bullpen.
Right.
There's almost always a new comic that's welcomed into the group.
And those guys do well because they see what it's. One thing about producing a show, it's a lot of moving parts. It's not just, hey, guys, you got 5 minutes, you got 10 minutes. No, you need to clap. You need to really, because you got to get to the point, I believe in comedy, where you're not a diva anymore or a divo.
Shut your mouth.
Right, exactly, Doug. See?
Oh, man. Actually, Pat actually lives right down the road from me.
Oh wow! Have you seen her? I would love to.
No, I don't see her at all, but
right.
I'm kind of like in my own private Idaho over here.
Right. So Tom, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. I was in the hospital recently.
Right.
Non-COVID related, but still recouping. But things are good.
You're looking good, brother.
Thank you. I dropped some weight.
Awesome.
Trying to eat healthy.
Right.
You look good. You look almost perky.
You got to glow like you're pregnant. What's going on?
I've been pregnant for 30 years, Bobby.
Well, you got to give birth. Come on now.
I know. That's the hard part.
You're beautiful.
An old baby. That's.
I'm in my 39th trimester.
Exactly. All right, so this show has no format, so can we just...
Yeah, none whatsoever.
Pregnant women are beautiful. Pregnant-looking men. I don't know.
Well, that's a look. It's an acquired look. You gotta, you know what, Doug? You're really narrow-minded. I gotta say that.
I saw this. I don't see it a lot anymore, but I saw the Seinfeld episode with the man bra.
Right.
That episode.
Right.
Who was it? Tom, you know everything.
What? It was Kramer and Mr. Costanza.
Mr. Costanza, that's it. By the way, did you know who's the woman that does that's Mrs. Costanza? What's her name? She sounds like Wolowitz's mom.
Yeah, I can't remember her name.
She's staying with me. Hang on. I'll see if she wants to say hello.
Where's he going?
To get Stephanie. She does an impression of her.
What kind of show is this?
We're still trying to figure that out, Bobby. If you
we just walk.
let us know.
You can just walk off the set. I'll be back too, Tom. I'm out of here.
All right. Change the name to Anything Goes.
Oh my goodness. So while he's away, I got a show coming up. Can we
Yes, tell us about your show. We want to know.
Thank you. I got a show coming up on February 25th, 2021. It's at the Comedy Cove. It's the last third. I'm reading right off of off my computer. I'm not that smart. The last Thursday of the month. It's going to be social distancing. You got me, you got Jay Play Vines, and you got James Mack, and that's a Mr. Direct promotion. So this is the first Thursday we're trying to do this. So we're trying to put some butts in seats. So, you know, your 2 audience members that, you know, listen to you guys. I hope you guys can come out, and Tom, you can promote this thing on your end if it's possible. This could be something good. I don't know, you know.
Now, what day of the night?
This is a Thursday.
Thursday.
Right.
And give us the date again. February.
February 25th, 2021.
Okay.
At the Comedy Cove.
That's the Comedy Cove in Springfield on Morris Ave.
That's right.
Now, do they have to buy tickets or make reservations?
You can scan for tickets. We have a flyer, and also you can make reservations through the Comedy Cove.
All right. Could you send Doug the flyer that he can put it up on the Funny Talk page?
I sure will.
Okay. And that's James Mack, Bobby Gaines, and who was the third?
It's just 3 of us.
Yeah.
Jay Play Vines, James Mack, and a guy named Bobby Gaines.
All right, sounds like a good show. Sounds like a fun night. I think I'm gonna try and make it myself and see.
I would love that.
And what's the cost for the tickets?
$20.
Okay.
And there's a 2-drink minimum. We can work things out, you know.
Right.
Bobby has a little pull.
When is it?
This is on the 25th. Which is a February 25th, which is Thursday.
Okay, great. Wonderful to hear.
So, you know.
My friend Joseph, my favorite chef in the world.
Right, and you know, shows.
It's funny. He's been there the entire time I've been at the Cove.
Right, and shows are so few and far between right now. You know, it's just a blessing to man to get out on stage. I got a lot of comic friends who haven't done anything.
Yeah.
You know, so.
It's sad. The last time I was scheduled for the Comedy Cove, both shows were canceled. It was a Friday and Saturday. I was supposed to open for Uncle Floyd.
Wow.
They didn't get any reservations. And Floyd usually packs the house when it's full capacity.
Right.
So,
and how long ago was this? This was like in March?
This was in December.
This was in December.
Last month, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think it was too close to Christmas, and Pennsylvania and New York both announced the same day that they were going to do away with indoor dining or something like that.
Right.
So, you know, I think people were spooked and broke.
Exactly. I think the biggest thing is, man, people don't have any money right now.
It's true. It's tough for a lot of people.
You know? So anyway, I got a gig. You know, they're, like I said, they're few and far between. I'm trying. I really am, you know, because a lot of comics, they're like, you know, they're not throwing in the towel, but they're finding other things to do. Can I just say that?
It's true. You know, I was fighting it the whole time, and I finally gave up. I'm like, I really dislike, for whatever reasons, these online or virtual shows that they got going on.
Mm-hmm.
Not that they're bad. A lot of them are very good, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't get the kick out of hearing somebody laugh, having a whole room laugh at the same time.
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm. You're on an unfunny virtual show right now.
Yeah, but we know it's not funny.
Anybody that's listened this far into the show is going, he hates the show he's on?
Nah.
It's supposed to be a comedy show. Can we stop talking about how
It's such a nasty word.
Can we stop talking about how depressing everything is and be funny? Can we do that? Can we, you know, like, although it's hard to be funny, but listen, Happy, I am of the belief, and my blue brothers and sisters are of the belief that happier times are ahead.
Right.
Like, I don't know you don't like getting overly political, Tom, but I will say that I was absolutely shocked. I had been posting on Facebook when Trump was speaking, and they stormed Congress. You got any Wagner there, Bobby? Before they stormed Congress.
You hear the set? You hear the music? Go ahead, keep going. This is hilarious.
I couldn't make it out. What song was that?
I don't know. This is just I just put something sad behind him. Good. When they stormed Congress, you mean the Capitol Hill?
Oh my God.
That was crazy. They were letting them in like it was an Airbnb. You see what happens?
It was like Motel 6. They left
Right.
the light on for him.
Just come on in. I gotta use that one. Thanks, Tom. See, I got a joke out of Tom. And I'm on the show, so I'm good.
I didn't hear the joke. What was it, Tom?
We can't do it again. You missed it.
Sorry. Ask Eddie Albert.
Buddy! What do you want? Your feet are burning!
Is that Mrs. Wallowitz? Oh my God. She's so shy and demure, and she's yelling like Mrs. Wallowitz on a podcast. Well, she knows nobody's listening, so that's all right.
This is a bad version of what was it, Robert De Niro on Comedian? Remember his mom was yelling.
Oh my God.
I begged her. She's got an amazing voice for doing that. It frightened. I cracked up the first time I heard it.
Wow.
Hidden talents. You know, everybody's got them. Even I have some. I don't know what they are.
Well, we will figure this out.
So,
Bobby, random question.
Yes.
We were looking at cars. Have you gotten any closer to finding a car? Your son wanted a car.
I was in the middle of a question, and you.
That was a question too, Tom.
All right, Doug, take it.
Take it away, Doug.
Did your son ever find a car for himself?
No, he found a PlayStation 5. That's what he found for himself. How about that?
So now he plays Grand Theft Auto.
Right. Screw the car. But I must say, can I just say this, Doug?
Yes.
Like, you know, me and Doug were going back and forth. My neighbor had an Audi. He was, you know, it's still up in the air what he's going to do with it. But Doug was really helpful in me making a decision to say, screw that Audi, and let's just get a PlayStation 5. So thank you, Doug.
You know, Bobby, I used to have an Audi. Now I have an Innie.
There you go. It happens, right?
So, Bobby, the thing, I have a mechanic I love. And so when there are things on my car that I can't do, I go to my buddy, Enno. And he's got an amazing story himself. But in any case, he told me he hates working on Audis because they put the turbo behind the engine. You have to move the engine to get to the turbo.
Right. And my neighbor, he's out there trying to fix on his car outside. I'm like, dude, you got to take that to a mechanic. So he is still, you know, if I can get the car for like $400, then, you know, I'll do it. You know, if it's cheaper than the PlayStation 5, Doug, we'll do it.
Everything sounded to me like the battery. So, and I have a really good buddy who owns a shop and who I trust. So,
right. But thanks a lot for that.
I have a buddy that owns a donut shop.
How's he doing?
He's great. He's my best friend. Thank you.
So
he makes a lot of dough.
So Tom, what was the question?
Doug's question. Oh, you answered Doug's. I have the question.
Right.
Was opening up for Anson William the highlight of your life?
No.
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 Now, just curious. You know who Anson Williams was or is?
That's why I had to take a pass on that one. I was trying to go through the mental Rolodex. I didn't get him. Who was that?
All right, Doug, you're right. Anson Williams was Potsy on Happy Days.
Oh, Potts. Why do you say Potsy?
Well, that was his character.
Oh, okay. So is this a Happy Days thing here? This is the theme? This is what we're going with?
Oh, we have no theme. We're anti-theme.
Okay.
Whereas anti-theme is Doug is anti-punchline.
Wow, Doug.
Bobby,
I gotta find a punch for that.
Bobby,
Yes.
do you have a highlight in your life? If you think of highlights in your life, you don't have to pick the number one, but do you have a highlight of your life?
A highlight?
Like, what was the best day in your life?
That you can talk about in a kind of family-friendly show.
That is impossible. You mean like I've never won $1 million? I've never been rich. I don't know. It's been an even kind of thing for me, which is good. You know, I don't like those high highs, because you got to come down. So, I kind of like the way my life is kind of level.
Okay.
It just because one of the worst things in life is disappointment. That thing happens. So.
Yeah, but disappointment plus time equals funny.
Exactly. So I'll tell you one of the biggest highlights, and I'm not just trying to, kiss up, but when I started comedy, because I can actually see that I'm a different type of animal now. We think different, we act different. We're not regular human beings. I don't think so.
That way, I'm telling brother, you should not act that way.
Well, and Doug is the far right of it, and Tom, you're somewhere in the middle of this thing, which is good, but we all change. You don't think so?
And I'll be very serious. Probably not funny as usual, but you've had heartbreak in your life. I've had too.
Oh yeah.
We've all had heartbreak, and comedy is a wonderful balm for all of it. I was talking to one of my oldest friend. I go back to 5 years old with him. He was a director of the library at Yad Vashem, which is the global epicenter of Holocaust history.
Right.
Who books that?
There was a lot of humor in the ghetto. It wasn't the only thing that they had, but it was a guaranteed bomb. They could not be caught, singing too loud if there were Nazis walking. Anyway.
Right. I got it.
They had humor.
Right. And that helps so much. One thing I know for a fact, this is therapy for me. This is not just, punchlines and jokes and stuff. This is a part of who I am now. And I think if you took that away from me, I'm glad I still got music, but you would actually take a big chunk of my life now. Because, you got to dedicate to this thing. This thing does not, I don't care how bad you are. You could be the worst comedian, but you still have to dedicate to being bad like Doug. You still have to dedicate.
No, but you're right. It takes hold of you. It's very hard to leave it once you start doing it.
Right.
Then as you were struggling to answer what was the highlight of your life, I started thinking, and I thought I had an answer for you. And I thought the answer was going to be that laugh. And one of the reasons that I love you, Bobby Gaines, is because you made me laugh. And
thank you.
You made me laugh. And I rarely laugh for comedians, but and it was the one story, and I'm pretty sure the one story of yours that I love. And before I forget, I wanted to give you an opportunity to share that story with our audience because I don't know why it resonates with me, but I love that story. I don't know if we're syncing up in minds, but it's about your wife going to bed. But anyway, I know that once once somebody makes you laugh and you haven't found any evidence that they're really a sociopath, it's okay to love them.
That's right. That's right.
So you did it for me, Bobby Gaines.
Well, I'm happy that you could really take. And one thing I can say about comedy is because when I first started, it was just so. I'm just trying to find a word here. It was surface. And like now I can tell even the difference in my writing. If you're not going to be truthful, if you're not going to find who you are on stage, then what are you really doing it for? There has to be some fundamental truth in this.
There are different styles of comedy. There are different tastes.
Well, I'm looking for those guys that are honest with this thing.
Yeah. You and I, listen, I'm mostly the same way, although, like you, we get that honest talk, and then we veer off at the end some warped place in order to get a laugh.
Right.
It begins in a real place.
Right.
But on the other hand, there are people that they don't want to follow along with any kind of story there. Give it to me in 6 words or less,
Right. Because we've been trained in a certain way to view comedy. They're looking for a laugh. Sometimes, what I found out? Who told me this? Uncle Floyd said, just because they're not laughing, that doesn't mean they're not enjoying themselves. And I had to get that because we're so used to, set up punchline and then you get the laugh. If they don't laugh, it's like you're still doing your job. You're entertaining.
I used to lecture the audience about not laughing where they were supposed to and laughing at the wrong place. I'm like, you're not supposed to laugh there.
Right.
Wait 3 words. But, and then I come to grips with the fact they're not really paying attention. They want to laugh. They need some distracting cues to let them know this is the place you're supposed to laugh. I personally love the comedians that are wonderful with all the cues. They have none of the humor that they think they do.
Right.
Hey, I'm sitting right here, Doug.
Tom, listen, you're not much of a storyteller, and I know you've worked at doing some more of that, but your humor is so accessible to such a wide range of people. They don't even have to be thinking to get your humor. They don't have to follow up. What was that? Oh, yeah, it's a funny one.
Right.
It's true. Once I start my act, it's like on automatic pilot. They just laugh when everybody else laughs, and nobody really realizes that I'm not funny.
Right. Well, you gotta act, Tom. We can say that, correct?
Yeah.
So listen,
Tom has an act.
First of all, I want to say, Tom, you're really funny, and you and I would not be working together for so long did I not find you very funny. And for the audience that has not realized that Tom is actually funny, he's really brilliant. He's kind of an idiot with wordplay, and he shouldn't speak to women without supervision.
And I don't get that from Tom.
Yeah,
most people don't.
I don't get. Tom can go. You could see Tom on a sitcom. You could see him be super.
I know all the stories of how.
But I'm pretty sure he has that dark side. He's a gambler. I know he's a gambler.
Yeah, I am.
See, there you go. Let's turn this into a meeting real quick. This is what.
I know every one of the Tom. Unfortunately, I'm going to bring this up. I shouldn't, but we need to kill some time. Tom was lambasted by a woman inappropriately for something stupid he said because she didn't get she didn't connect with the context. This was a comedian.
I seriously doubt that.
This was a comedian that came off a stage, and as soon as she came off a stage, stopped being the comedian. And
What?
Tom said
she made a bunch of jokes about her tattoos.
This should be controversy talk radio. This is better. If you guys just got better at this, go ahead. This is good.
This millennial comic got off the stage talking about all her tattoos. So I said to her something like, tattoos, after the show, you want to play Where's Waldo?
Right. Okay.
That was a line right out of my act at the time.
Right.
It wasn't meant to be a pickup line.
Well, that was creepy.
Yeah, well, that's how she took it, which is probably the way most girls would have taken it.
That was creepy.
Yeah, I admit it was creepy, but I didn't mean anything by it.
No, listen, I'm on with Tom on this. Half of my life is as people are talking, I'm like writing and doing this, writing the script, the funny script behind the scenes. And inadvertently at times it'll come out of my mouth. And I've learned this from my wonderful, lovely, intelligent, brilliant girlfriend, that I should think before I speak. And sometimes I don't think before I speak, and I actually speak. And it's almost always a problem. So I've learned that. And anyway, people come in a lot of different varieties, is all I can say. And I'm pretty sure Tom is not I'm not pretty sure. I'm positive Tom was.
But this was different. This was a comedian getting offended. Correct, Tom?
Well, that's the thing. This is someone who was dating a comedian who got up to a few open mics and pretended to be a comedian. I don't think she had the mindset of an actual comedian.
Right.
Well,
you got to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
Are they still doing comedy?
I don't know. I did a couple of shows with the boyfriend one last year.
He said with the boyfriend. All right.
Tom,
I didn't realize it was him.
I will tell you one other thing, too, about comics getting off of stage and not being comics, particularly because she was involved in producing the show. I've done that a few times for friends of mine that weren't able, were double booked, and I've run shows in New York. And you would not believe how much work there is. All you have a bunch of people. All you have to do is say, this is when you go up and this is how long you have. And yet, every moment from before people show up to 20 minutes after the show, everybody's got a problem or an issue.
Right.
Is
this New York? Are we talking New York?
It doesn't see any of it, but everything goes on.
Right. Is this New York?
Is it okay if I do this?
Right. Well, are we talking controversy right now? Because I did an open mic 2 weeks ago. I actually saw 2 comics about to fight.
Really?
Yes.
Over comedy? That's funny. What was the fight about?
Can I tell this shit? I'm sorry. That was my first curse. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Okay.
Okay, Tom, you fucking do that again, Bobby. Bedford.
Okay, let's
fucking listen to Doug.
Listen to this. This is hilarious. So anyway, this comic, he's been online. I'm not gonna put his name out there, but can I talk about Trump for a minute?
Sure.
Well, Trump had a lot of people just, I don't know, they were out their minds with the comments, but I knew this wasn't the guy's real heart. I just think the climate of Trump just made people go crazy. Is it just me? Did I see that, or is it just?
See what?
It just got people weird.
Oh, absolutely.
It had people saying stuff that they would. I don't think they would say in any type of, you know.
They were emboldened.
Thank you. Okay. I appreciate that. I needed that right now. So anyway, I unfriend him on Facebook, and I've known this guy for a long time, and I'm like, I can't believe some of the stuff he's saying. So I unfriend him, and then he messaged me, hey, bro, you unfriend me? I told him, yeah, you know, you are too toxic. I don't need that on my page, you know. So we stopped talking. So anyway, well, I didn't stop talking to him. It was all good, but, you know, I haven't seen him in a while. So I do the show out, and I'm not going to say the place. He's there, and there's other comics there. So I already walk in there, and I'm feeling this bad energy. Like, he's not just pissed me off, but he's pissed off other comics here. He had his own room for a while. So he gets on, make a long story short, he gets on stage, and there's one comic, they start heckling each other back and forth, and they were actually going to fight. They had to get a bodyguard, a black bodyguard, to break this up. So I'm the next comic to go on stage. So, you know, this is going to be the greatest night of my life.
Oh,
I hope it was, Bobby.
So I'm on stage. I'm like, I can't believe that you two guys would actually get into it. I could see Kevin Hart or Dave Chappelle or, you know, some known comics, you know, ready to throw blows. Why are you guys fighting? What is the purpose of it? It was so stupid. But that just goes to show you, man.
Can I ask what the foundation of it? What was somebody thought the invasion of Congress, the insurrection, was a good idea?
No, like Doug said, that was a Motel 6. Just come on in. It's an Airbnb today. Just come on in. No, I think if we go back to the whole comic thing, it's just the simple fact that we forget we're there for a reason, and that's to tell jokes.
And not get laughs at open mics.
And you see the point? If you go in there, I think a lot of guys take this thing.
Exercise. It's a gym. It's
a workout room.
Dude, do it for yourself and get something out of it.
But here's the thing, even
doesn't have anything to do with you at all.
Right, but even a place like that, you can really ruin your reputation, because at the end of the day, I wouldn't want to use any of those guys on the show.
So did this start with the guy that was running this open mic? Was he one of the participants?
Right, he had an open mic. And this stems from 4 years. You mean to tell me you guys are going to wait 4 years for all this to come to a head at another person's open mic? Not only could it have messed them up, you're going to mess up this guy's thing he has going on. So I think we need a comedy purge, because a lot of people in this thing, we don't need them. Honestly, I'm sorry I took a dark turn tonight, but it's a lot of people, man. If you're not doing this thing for the right reasons, what are you doing it for?
Yeah.
I want to stay in comedy, Bobby.
Doug, you gotta go too. This is it. This is your last show.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out, Doug.
Right. This is done. We're done. But you know, that just goes to show you, man. I'm in comedy for the right reasons. I would not waste my time. I have better things to do with my life.
So, Bobby, a while back, we got distracted as usual and sidetracked.
Right.
I was about to tell you a thought that I had about your comedy. And I gave you an invitation to do live for our audience my favorite joke of yours. Would you do it for us, Bobby?
I can.
Not appropriate setup?
No, it's just not a paying audience. I'm not gonna.
Can I do it for you? Can I do it my way?
Yes. Okay. How about this? Let me get an applause up here. How about this? How about Doug Max does Bobby Gaines? And not that way, all right? I see Tom's mind working, and not in that way.
Hey, that sounds kind of judgmental to me, buddy.
All right, we're waiting, Doug.
So I've been married. I've been married for a while, and I'll tell you, my wife, before she goes to bed, oh man, she gets into it. She's putting on the face lotion. She's putting it on her hands and putting on gloves, and then she wraps up her head in a bonnet. And
Oh, he makes his joke so bad.
and
Can I do it? I have to step in. Let the real person. No, I'm just joking.
thank you, Bobby.
He gave her a bonnet. Doug, she has a headscarf on.
Yeah.
All right. First of all, in the joke, she has a headscarf on. Right?
Yeah.
And it's hard. Like, how do you explain it? We're trying to explain the joke. Come to the show. All right?
Really?
February 25th.
Oh, Bobby, this is a segue to what I wanted to tell you.
Go ahead.
About your comedy. So Bobby does this joke that I love and I crack up whenever I hear it. He's like, it's I don't remember it, but the spirit of it is that his wife has slave apnea.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't work without the humming. Mm-hmm. You gotta hum, Doug. That's how you work that joke.
Whenever I hear that, Bobby could tell that joke.
And can I just say something? That's one of the dumbest jokes I've ever wrote. All right.
One of the reasons I realized that I love it is because you sing in it, Bobby, and you're a musician. You have a wonderful voice.
Thank you, sir.
You can sing in key, and the thing that I was going to suggest to you is
don't mess the joke up, Doug. Go ahead.
Ways to add more of your musical talent into your act.
Right. I'm trying. I really am, and I'm glad you said that because I'm trying to incorporate some of these musical talents I have, but it's kind of a lot of this is a setback.
Bobby,
we can't get out like we used to.
I remember losing in a comedy show to someone who every comic that knew me thought I was funnier than. But she was cute and young and perky and had a ukulele and sang.
You can't beat that.
I'm thinking maybe my Diana Ross imitation will come close.
That'll work. I believe that.
Thank you, Bobby.
Yes. We gotta go out. Right, Tom. I believe in that. I believe that one has legs. That
they're shaved, but it's got legs.
Right, it's got legs. That's funny. Tom, you gotta hook up and just write, dude. Seriously.
All right, anytime.
Because anytime I throw something, see, that's the difference between you and Doug. Doug has no zingers. He has no zingers in his life.
No.
But I'm having my show's Bourbon 7-Up. We're almost at the end of it.
Oh, this is fun. See that? I'm so happy I came on your show again, guys. You guys are fun, man.
Yeah, I always have a good time when you're on the show, Bobby, I have to say.
He's saying he's having fun. But Bobby, my friend, is thinking, oh my God, how much these guys need me. I can't.
Exactly.
But they're desperate.
But listen, you guys have a good poker face. I give it to you.
Poker, I don't even know her.
Zinger, another one. You see this? Doug, you're fired. Let's just. He's gonna do the sound effects. All right, we're gonna. Oh, this is fun, guys.
Yeah.
From now on, Tom.
Yes.
I'm going to handle the technology. Okay?
Right.
I'm going to shower and put moisturizer on.
Right.
Leave a little gristle on because I know the ladies love that look.
That's right.
Unkempt, what do I care look?
Doug, you're too clean. I gotta say that.
How clean, Bobby?
Like you see it. You see Tom.
No, I got gristle.
That is rustic. You see that?
You.
Tom looks like aisle 15 at Home Depot. This is what we need.
I'm a lumberjack, damn it.
There you go.
I sell paper towel.
Are we going to sing the Lumberjack song now? Do we all know it?
No. There's a reason I do comedy. I can't sing.
No, I believe you got a voice, bro.
No. I can't do karaoke. I do karaoke.
Okay, that's funny. See that? Tom can work forever. Let me get a rim shot on that one. Did you hear it?
I heard it.
It did not sound like a rim shot, Bobby.
I gotta bring my own special effects. You guys are cheap. You realize this, right?
It
Yes.
sounded more like gas. But that was.
Look.
Bobby, do that sound again, and let's see if Tom lifts up in his seat.
Oh wow, that was amazing. See that? The show just went up like 100%. Jesus.
It's a 4.3 on the Richter scale.
There we go.
And these are the clues, audience, that tell you that we all kind of know that our show is nearing its end. It was probably near its rightful end a while ago, but
Episode 2.
That was the episode with Julia Scotti. That was our best episode.
Oh, wait a minute. How long is this show?
It doesn't really matter.
I'm out of here. You know what? This is overtime. I'm out of here, guys.
I'm surprised we hooked you this long.
Oh my God. I got starving kids. You saw them come to the door, right?
Starving, what's that?
Tom, another one. There you go.
Tom, we'll just save some donuts for the starving kid. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tom's going to save some donuts.
I'll save the holes.
Wow. So, guys, can I plug the show one more time? And
Go for it.
So we got a show coming up at Scotty's Comedy Cove. That's Springfield, New Jersey. We've all worked there, right?
595 Morris Ave,
Thank you.
Springfield, New Jersey.
Good place, correct? I've worked there several times. I can't complain.
Yep.
And call ahead for reservations. People are desperate for comedy. They do have COVID restrictions in place, so it will be a limited audience. You'll feel very safe. Everybody there will wear a mask.
Right.
And if Bobby Gaines is performing,
I'm headlining.
Yeah.
if
I'm
he's
definitely coming.
Please.
If he's
I will.
headlining, I can't think of a comedian that I could recommend more highly other than myself. Yeah, it would be Bobby. He would be over me.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to say I'm definitely coming, but I know it's limited seating, and I take up 2 seats.
Well, we'll reserve 2 chairs. Tom, we got 2.
3
No,
chairs for Tom.
Right. You know, if you guys can, I understand how, comics, how we work. If you guys could come out, we're trying to put butts in seats because this might be something for all of us, not just me.
Right,
So
right.
I really got to do well, and I haven't headlined in a while. So, it's back to the trenches. I got to get out a couple times before then. So, if you guys have some open mics or something, let me know.
Okay.
I can take you out to the place on Saturdays where comics have fights if you want to go there.
Comedy Fight Club.
Yeah, we got to.
25. That's a Friday or Saturday?
That's a Thursday show.
Thursday. Bobby, I'm putting it on my calendar. I can't think of any comic that I would rather come out and see more than you or Tom.
The
Awesome.
The Comedy Fight open mic is for real punchlines.
Right, that's Carucci's place.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, have you guys been out there?
Is that the Flamingo?
Yes, good place, guys. Great workout
Yeah.
room.
I was there at the first or second night he did it.
Doug, have
Is it a comedy fight? Is it?
No.
Because I've seen those, and I've never really liked I've never really liked the, what do they call them? I don't know what kind of.
You're talking about roast. This is just a regular comedy show.
No, Doug, you got it confused. This is the place where the two comics got into it and they were going to have a fist fight. Okay?
But were there strippers there?
Oh my God, we got to talk off the air. It's a great workout room, ladies and gentlemen, for you guys that want to come out.
Stripper, I don't even know her.
All right, listen, it's a great place. Listen, Doug, if you haven't gotten out, that would be a great place for you to get out to on a Saturday evening.
Need to get the COVID. No, I'm I'm OCD queen. So
I know.
I'm really. I feel
when I saw that Bernie Sanders picture, I said, "That's Doug." Did you see Bernie? Did you see him?
Oh yeah,
that was hilarious.
Love the mittens.
Oh, those mittens were amazing.
And so was the first youth poet laureate of the U.S. She was dazzling.
She was amazing, right? She was amazing.
And I had tears in my eyes from J-Lo. I'm like, Doug, it's J-Lo. You're crying at the Star Spangled Banner. I had some tears in my eyes.
Wow.
You know, Lady Gaga's going to be touring with the Goo Goo Dolls. It's the Goo Goo Gaga tour.
The Goo Goo Gaga.
Lady Gaga was also really impressive and appropriate. And
she's very talented. You know, as much as the other stuff they do, you know, the machine is behind her. At the end of the day, I remember when she first came out, she used to sit on a stool and just play the acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
She was a singer-songwriter.
Bobby, you need to get someplace. We're going to get you a gold dove, big gold dove, and a nice little, I don't know what kind of dress she was wearing. It was from like the 1800s, you know, with
She was Victorian. What did they make her? Well, I got to check it out, see if it'll fit this stomach, because you know.
When I come out as Diana Ross, I'm going to need backup singers.
Oh, I got it. We got a whole band waiting for you, Doug.
Tom, will you also do that? I've got the blackface dye, and we'll get you a sequin dress, a pencil skirt.
A pencil skirt?
Oh, that's going to look so sexy, Tom. Oh, my God.
In the back, it's a number 2 pencil.
Oh.
Dream on, buddy. I know Tom was going through his mind thinking, not a pencil. What would it be? What kind of skirt would it be? Like, what would it be called?
One of those fat magic markers.
A Trump pen.
A Trump pen.
You see his signature. Anybody can do.
Well, that's the sign of narcissism. How he just signs his signature.
It can't be too intricate because he uses crayons.
That's right. It's gonna be a great signature. All right.
biggest signature ever, bigger than John Hancock's. I measured his signature.
Oh wow. Guys,
Jewish guy. Okay, we gotta end before Trump sounds like an old Jewish guy.
That's right. So, guys, it was a pleasure always.
Likewise. Bobby,
thank you for coming on our show.
And you know you have an open invitation anytime, Bobby.
Oh, I would love definitely. Thanks.
We're working on our association with the great Bobby Gaines, and we hope to see him more on our show and under the Funny Talk umbrella. Who knows what form?
It's going to be great.
Well, Bobby, you're going to have to change your last name. I'm on a diet, and Gaines just doesn't work.
Oh, okay. Bobby Less. Less Bobby. All right, guys. Have a great night, man.
You too.
All right.
This has been Funny Talk with Mangelli and Max. And one more time, we'd like to thank our sponsor, J. Owen Productions, comedy show.
Until next time.
Have a good one.
Take care.